Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another week in the market. So, I want to share the trades that I'm gonna be interested in, the markets that I'm gonna be interested in trading this week. And I wanna start off by saying that one of them already played out, and that was Euro AUD. Euro AUD. I don't know if you guys remember, but last week I was interested in selling at this area right here. Price did not give me my entry signal and it headed to the downside. So I was waiting for another retracement to this other area that I had marked up, which is this level of support and resistance that whenever we're below, we head down. And whenever we're above it, we head up. So I'm back. I heard something very weird. I thought somebody was getting into my house, but gladly, that was not the case because that would be bad. So as you guys can see, I already missed out on this move, and I'm actually not mad. I mean, I'll be honest. I would have loved it if I would have entered this position, but I didn't because price did not give me my entry signal, the same as last week. So price was already whipped into the zone, rejected the EMA, and then boom. So if I would have entered this trade up here, I would have caught a 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk to the wall, without a doubt. But I'm just gonna move to the next trade. So the next trade that I'm gonna be interested in trading is Euro USD, sorry. And I don't know if you guys know, but I've been looking at this shit for like almost a month, and it has just been accumulated, consolidating inside of this zone. But let me explain why I'm interested in trading this pair. And the weekly time frame is bearish. This is the lower low. This is the lower high. I wouldn't really count this a structure. And the daily is also bearish. This is the lower low, and this is the lower high. 4 hour is also bearish. This is the lower low, and this is the lower high. This was the higher high at one point. This was the higher low at one point. Price, close below this higher low, making this the lower low and this lower high. So on the weekly time frame, I have this level of support resistance, which is also the neckline of the head and shoulders right here. I have this left head and right shoulder. Price is retesting the neckline of the head and shoulders, which is this level of support resistance that whenever price is above it, we head up. Whenever price is below, it rejects to the downside. So another thing that I also like is this double doji from this area of interest, which is showing me a rejection from this area of interest right here. So what I'm waiting for is for my daily rejection. I want to see some daily candlestick rejection from the EMA, from the area of interest, sorry. Something like this is a bearish pin bar, bullish pin bar, something like that. But one thing that I don't like as much is my stop loss. My stop loss should have been up here, but then I don't want to fish for more points, you know. But I mean, that's why I want to also wait for that extra confirmation to see if I get a better stop loss. Kind of crazy, guys. I'm hearing the front door, as if it was getting opened by somebody else, but it's not. So, I mean, my mom is not here, but I thought it was my mom that was opening the door, but it's not. So, let's continue, guys, with the trade breakdown. So, as I was saying, I'm gonna wait for this daily rejection from this area of interest. And I mean, I actually love this area because realistically, Whenever we are below this area, we're heading down. Whenever we are above it, we're heading up. Whenever we are below it, we're heading down. Right now, excuse me, we are below it. So I'm expecting for price to reject below this area. So the next market that I'm gonna be interested in trading is GBP CAD. So as I was saying, guys, GBP CAD, beautiful product trade, and all of the trades that I take are product trades, by the way. But this is a beautiful swing trade. So the weekly time frame is bullish. This is the high. This is the high low. I wouldn't really count this as the high low. The daily time frame is also bullish. Remember, guys, the first thing that I do is my top-down analysis, and which consists of identifying the trend on the higher time frames, the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hours. And the daily time frame is also bullish. This is the higher high. This is the higher low. I already count it as the higher low. And the 4 hour is bearish. This was the higher high. This was the higher low. Price shifted the structure. Body candles close below this higher low, making this the lower low, and then this right here the lower high. When price close below this lower low, make made this the lower low, and then this the lower high. As long as we are inside of this lower high and inside of this high lower low, we are bearish. So I have the weekly bullish, the daily bullish, the 4 hour bearish. So I have two consecutive time frames in sync, which is what I use to for me to know that I'm trading with the trend. I need to have two consecutive time frames in sync, such as the weekly and the daily, or the daily and the 4 hour. Obviously, the higher the time frames, the better. So in this case, I have the weekly and the daily. So after that, I go and identify my area of interest, my level of support and resistance, and I do that inside. Sorry, Spanish word. I identified an area of interest inside of the higher high and inside of the higher low, and an area of interest or a level of support and resistance is consisted of three minimum touches. In this scenario, I have one touch below, two touches, and then three touches. Excuse me. And that lets me know that this is an area of interest, that whenever we're below, we're heading down. So if an area is very well respected when below it, it's gonna be very well respected when it's above. So price broke above this area, and I'm waiting for that retest to then buy. So an area of interest cannot be bigger than 60 pips. In this case, this one measures 56 pips. So if it's bigger than 60 pips, it's no longer valid. So this one is 56. So this weekly area of interest is also a daily area of interest, because whenever we're below, we're heading down. Whenever we're below it, we're heading down. And this is also a daily break and retest. And break and retest is when price breaks above an area. For example, as you can see, whenever we're below, we're heading down. Price broke above it, and now I'm expecting for that retest. This is what it's called, a break and retest. But the only thing that I don't like about this trade is that if I go to the last time, as you can see, price has never been into a high like this since 2017, and last time it was at this high point, it went down. So right now we are at this point, and we're having that evening star formation, which looks almost exactly the same as this evening star formation. So I trade, guys, based off of patterns, and based of what has happened in the past. So I'm not saying the price is going to go down, but I'm just keeping my eye on it. I need to be careful. You know, and I'm just waiting for the pullback into this area to then buy. Euro UD already explained it, and NCD cat you guys can see it by yourself. I was looking to buy this trade at this area of interest right here because the weekly time frame is bearish. This is the lower low, this is the lower high, but whenever we're below this area, we're heading down. When we're below, we're heading down, and whenever we're above it, we're heading up. In this case, we were above it. So that weekly area of interest tends to also be a level of support and resistance or an area of interest on the daily time frame. Whenever we're below, we're heading down. Whenever we're above it, we're heading up. And this is also the neckline of this head and shoulders. I don't know about you guys, but I see the and for those of you guys that don't know what a head and shoulders is, a head and shoulders is my favorite reversal pattern because it means a reversal. That means that is if price is going up and I see a head and shoulders on a at a high point, that means the price is going to shift from bullish to bearish, or instead of continuing going up, it's going to reverse. So a head and shoulders gets formed. I don't know if you guys know, but price moves in higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high. So whenever price breaks below, it shifts the structure because and that is what creates the head and shoulders. It's not that I like the head and shoulders itself, but I just like what it means. It means a reversal. So this is also the neckline of the head and shoulders. I was waiting for the pullback. I never really got it. I just had some wicks, some daily wicks, and price rejected it from the EMA, and it went up. So this week I have already missed two moves, which that would be phenomenal if I would have caught them, but I'm still left with GBP CAD and Euro USD. So guys, that was it for tonight. Let's see what the market brings. So guys, welcome, good morning, and I want to share with you guys what happened in the markets. And as you can see, I did not, and as you probably know, I was interested in trading Euro USD. I did not take the trade because I was waiting for my daily rejection from the area of interest. I did not get my doji pin bar rejection from this area, and guess what happened? I missed out on this trade. But on the other hand, on GBP CAD, I was waiting for the exact same confirmation. And what happened? I avoided a loss. So this is where long term comes in, because I know that am I going to miss out on many moves by waiting for that daily rejection, but I have learned that it's very much, it's a lot better than just entering the trade without it. Because in this case, if I would have entered this trade, it would have been somewhere around here. Why? Because I have this head and shoulders. As you guys know, head and shoulders is one of my favorite patterns, along with the break of retest. So I have left head and right shoulder. We got the retest of this neckline, the head and shoulders, and on the 30-minute, I would have gotten my entry confirmation, which was this 30-minute bearish engulfing candlestick. But what happened? I did not feel comfortable entering this trade because I didn't have my daily rejections. So as you guys know, I always like to work for that daily rejection. So I happened to miss out on this trade. And this is something that is normal. It's okay. It happens. There is nothing that we can do to avoid it. So we just have to move on to the next trade. So GBP cat so far, I mean, this might probably be creating this week right here because we still have 3 hours and 47 minutes before closing this trade. And then if it happens to close inside of this area right here, that would be good. But if it closes below the area, that would not be fine. That would not be good. So Euro UD, as you can see, I missed out on this trade, and CDCAL, I missed out on this buys from this area right here. Price weak into this, well, not really into this. It just got very, very, very close to it, and it never hit it. So I'm gonna be looking to sales, but on the next week. So GBPUSD is a trade that I did not pick from my watch list to trade this week, but it's something that it's a trade that I wanted to keep my eye on it. You know why? Because I just had this doubt, and let me explain, guys. You guys know, and I've said it multiple times, that in order for me to take a trade, I need to have 2 consecutive time frames sync. In order for me to take a trade, I need to have either the weekly and the daily, or the daily and the 4 hour in my favor. I use the weekly and the daily and the 4 hour to do my top down analysis to determine whether I'm going to buy or sell. So in this case, I have the weekly time frame bearish. This is the lower low. This is the lower high. On the daily time frame, we are bullish. This is the higher high, and this is the higher low. Sorry for the motorcycle that was passing by the street. On the 4 hour, we're bullish. This is the higher high. This is the higher low. So at that point, before all of this happening, we were bullish. Was the higher high. This was the higher low. So according to what I just said, it would have been made. It would make sense to sell rather than to buy. But this is not the case because on the weekly time frame, I have to see the market from the bigger picture. Imagine that the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour are like a different picture of what the market is doing. So on the weekly time frame, I see that we are below this level of support and resistance. Whenever price is under this area, we reject to the downside. Whenever price is below, we head to the downside. Whenever price is below, we head to the downside. Whenever price is above, we head to the upside. In this case, we were below it. What do you think it's gonna do? It's going to reject it. When I say it's going to reject, I'm not saying that it's 100% it's going to do that. I just have a higher probability of it happening rather than I have a higher probability of it rejecting to the downside rather to the upside, because statistically and historically that's what it has been doing in the past. And I trade based off patterns. I trade based off of something that has happened in the past. I like to look left to see what the market has done when it's at an area. So as you can see, last time we were below this area, we rejected the downside. So now we're below it. It should head to the downside. So yes, even though I have the daily bullish, the 4 hour bullish, and I also have this beautiful head and shoulders, which I love to see. I have this left head and then a right shoulder, which is a reversal in the markets. And this is one of the reasons as to why I wanted to keep my eye on this trade, because I wanted to see if the head and shoulders was going to be respected, which in this case it was not respected. So it only proves me don't know if that is correct, but it only shows me that market placement when it comes to entering the trade is far more important than market structure. This is something that I've learned from my mentor, who is Alex G. I've learned from him everything I know about trading that actually works, that have worked for me. I've learned them from Alex, from his videos, and I'm very grateful because I've learned a lot. I mean, I've learned many things. I mean, this is a completely way of trading. This is very different from what I used to trade. I've been trading for 3 years now, three couple of months. In the past 2.5 years, I have learned a lot of crap in the markets. But I actually don't regret anything because it feels now I feel very grateful when I see all of this playing out because I mean I don't know how to say that. I feel I can relate to people who have been searching the internet for years without finding something that actually clicks. But I'm very grateful with God for putting Alex in front of me, which actually started seeing him as soon as I started my training journey, by the way, but I just didn't pick him as my mentor. I picked another person, and I mean, Alex was, I believe he was either the first one or the second person that actually really motivated me to trade. But what I'm saying is that I'm very grateful for it because thanks to God, I have been, I mean, I'm very, I feel like I'm getting very good at it. And I'm loving it because trading is my passion. Trading is really what I love. And trading is actually what I actually, I mean, when I picked trading, I knew that that was gonna be it. Because before trading, I mean, I'm kinda going into a little bit of my story. But before trading, I mean, before all of this online business and thing, I wanted to become a professional baseball player. And I did not accomplish that, so I started looking for ways to make money online. And I did drop shipping. Well, I did Amazon FBA. I don't remember if I did drop shipping e-commerce, which Amazon FBA I think is the same thing, but I don't know. I did affiliate marketing. I did a lot of things. But when I actually saw trading, when I actually discovered trading, I said it just clicked. It just clicked at that very moment, and I just fell in love with it. You know, I just became passionate about this shit. You know, and it is my passion. You know, guys. This is something that I mean I will never stop doing, and this is kind of like my part of my nature. So. As you guys can see, I kind of ran into another thing, but I've learned that market structure is, I mean, when it comes to entering a trade, market placement actually matters a lot more than market structure. So guys, see what the week, how the week ends. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. So, as you can see, I might probably missed out on this trade, but as you guys remember, yesterday I said that I was gonna wait for my daily rejection, and as I did that, I also missed out on this move because I love this head and shoulders right here. This left head, right shoulder. Price is retesting the neckline of the head and shoulders, retesting the EMA, and my real entry would have been right here. As you can see, This is the lower low. I wouldn't really count it as the lower high. I wouldn't really count this either. And this is the lower high. As long as the market is inside of this lower high and lower low, we are bearish. But inside of the lower low, lower high, price was creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, and then shifted the structure. So that was really my entry at 7 a.m. and that beautiful bearish candlestick. But as I decided to wait for that daily candlestick to close to see if I get a daily rejection, I decided to wait. And I always listen to my conscience. So always I let myself be guided by God. So well, and but I mean, if that candlestick closes, I mean, I think I still have a chance to enter this trade by waiting for a retest to this area to then sell. And I might also have a better risk to reward because before I had to place my stop loss above this lower high, and now I can place it above this lower high instead of this lower high. But that might be also a little bit of a high risk because my stop loss realistically should be above this area. But since my risk to reward will now make sense because I need to have a minimum of a 1 to 2 risk to reward. In this case, I have a 1 to 4, so it doesn't make sense. For me to be profitable, I need to have a minimum of a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So what I will be waiting for is this retest to sell. And if I place my stop loss here, 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 it's basically the same thing because price, if price body candlestick closes above this lower high, it will change the trend of the market and it will continue to go up. So yeah, GBP got nothing. I'm waiting for the pullback. I mean, it actually went into this zone, but it did not stay there. So it's kind of how I said yesterday that probably we're gonna have the pullback this week and then the next week the push. Euro AUD, as you can see, we missed out on this trade, and NCD we missed out on this trade as well. So guys, let's see what the week. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. And just to wrap up the week, I didn't take any trades this week. I just stayed sitting on the sidelines, honestly. And but this week I took. I mean, I can consider this as take profit because one, I didn't enter, and two, the market has not hit my take profit, which would have been right here. But I feel like if the market closes above this lower low structure point, I could have a retracement to then sell next week. I won't be waiting for this week because today is Friday and this is the last day of the week. This is the last trading day because the market closes on Friday at 5 p.m. EST and then it opens at 5 p.m. Sunday. So yeah, I mean I've been watching this market for like almost a month and I haven't gotten any trades. So that's how trading works, guys. I mean I could be looking at the markets for I don't know. I could be looking at a currency pair for a month. But if I don't get my entry, I am not going to take that trade. It doesn't matter how long I've been looking at it. I'm just waiting for my entry, and that is it. So GBP CAD, I avoided this loss. Euro AUD, I missed out on this move, as you guys know. And NCD CAD, I missed out on these buys at the beginning of the week. So far this week, not a bad week, and not a good week, honestly. I mean, it's not a bad week. It just normal week. I've been missing trades for a long time. So next week I'll be waiting for price to break above it, retest this zone because I cannot buy if we are below this area because we're below, we're heading down. I have to be above it in order for me to buy it. So that's what I'm gonna be waiting for next week. And guys, I open up. I mean, it wasn't my Spanish, but I don't know, guys. In my Spanish uh, community, let's say, I open up a free Telegram to be uploading trade ideas. And if you guys want me to do the same thing in the English channel, in the English community, let me know in the comments and I will gladly do that for you guys because I love sharing my trades. I love sharing my trade ideas with other people. And if you guys want me to do it, I'm open for that. So, see you guys in the next video.